If you've paid attention to any of the t-shirts I tend to wear on these TikTok videos, you know I am a huge fan of The Prisoner and Patrick McGoohan. And I read this book by Rupert Booth called Not a Number. Now, Patrick McGoohan was a very private man. He didn't like interviews, he didn't like the limelight. And obviously this makes things difficult for a guy like Booth who's trying to figure out who the fuck McGoohan was and why his career floundered after The Prisoner. And we do get some insights, sad insights, into why McGoohan faded from pop culture after The Prisoner. Now, before The Prisoner, Patrick McGoohan was the highest paid actor in the UK. He was that fucking good, largely as John Drake in Danger Man and what was known as Secret Agent in the United States. And the media mogul Lou Grade, the man who handpicked Patrick McGoohan for the role of John Drake, he was the guy who greenlighted The Prisoner after McGoohan didn't want to do any more John Drake. And we learned from Booth's book that Patrick McGoohan, in his great quest to consummate his distinct creative vision, which arguably changed television, well, he couldn't trust people. He regularly fired and berated directors and sometimes actors. So he took to drinking because the guy was sleeping 2 or 3 hours a night, and he was probably bipolar given all these fucking stories of his anger. But Jesus Christ, what a fucking force of nature that guy is on screen. Anyway, McGoohan pretty much fucked up his life with The Prisoner. It is arguably one of the greatest shows ever in the history of television. But goddammit, at what personal cost? McGoohan sabotaged his fucking career by pulling a tantrum with Lou Grade, thus losing his financial backing, and the only real choices he had were little strings of movies here and there. Luckily, Peter Falk took pity on Patrick McGoohan, and they became friends and drinking buddies, and McGoohan won an Emmy as a guest role on The Old Columbo. And he kept coming back to not only direct and act, but also write a lot of the material. So Patrick McGoohan still had the fucking goods as a talent, but it was alcohol that got him in the end, that turned him into a mean bastard, and sometimes a very disruptive presence on sets, such as on Kings and Desperate Men and The Hard Way. This book is a sad cautionary tale of a man who I consider to be a fucking creative genius. If Patrick McGoohan had not succumbed to alcohol, I'm guessing he would have done an even better fucking series than The Prisoner in the 70s. And if McGoohan existed now, there is no way that this fucking genius could ever make movies or television. He was at the right place at the right time. And it has me wondering how many talents, perhaps myself included, have fucked up their potential because of fucking drinking. Luckily, I don't really drink as much anymore.